it doesn't feel very genuine to me. It doesn't feel very, I'm taking, it just feels gross. Why did Drag Race do this? It's a new day in the workroom, and a lot of y'all are ready to cancel this show. But I'm still here reviewing it, so if you're not watching it, at least watch me. Before we get into this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers within the next few months. A lot of y'all watch my show. You're not subscribed. Why? Click the notification bell as well so you can get notified. Without further ado, let's get into this video.
How can you send hope to someone like Anita, you know? Oh, quite easily, apparently.
Let's just talk about the elephant in the room right away. The internet is mad. I am mad. Well, I wouldn't say mad, but we're all disappointed and hurt that Anita wigl'it is gone. She was the front runner for me. I really liked and enjoyed watching her each week. I honestly felt like she won that lip sync. And for her to be... I don't have to ask y'all how y'all feel. I saw it in the comments last week, but we're gonna push through. For those of us who are still on this down under train, that are those of us who are still giving them a chance and trying to see the good, you know, and look past the production issues, look past the lighting, look past the freaking audio, look past all that bull in the workroom. For those of you sticking around, congratulations, you are supporting this queer platform. For those of you who are no longer watching the show itself, but you're watching my reviews so you know what had happened, thank you very much for sticking around here.
This ball outfit, I thought I hated it yesterday, but walking and seeing it today, I hate it even more.
I really agree with Etcetera. Kitamin's outfit was not amazing. And it's just an opinion, not hating on her outfit. But everyone's opinion's different. RuPaul liked it, so I guess that's what matters, you know? I did a poll the other day, and I asked the question, who is your winner for Drag Race Down Under? I personally am having a hard time picking someone, or even three people, that I really want to see in the finale. Because the people that I really enjoyed on the show and I liked their talent and I appreciated them and what they brought to the table, they're no longer on the show. And so I put out a list. I was not able to add everyone that's remaining's name on the list because you only get so many, you know, slots. But I did swap out someone who was already there for Anita wigl'it, and most of you voted that you would like for Simone to win. And the second highest votes by like 3% or something was Anita wigl'it. So I see a lot of you guys have the same feeling as I do, like she was a top contender and it's sad to see her go. It's interesting that so many of you, like most of you wanted Simone to win. However, there's so many of you in the comments like so mad that she is back. And there's this whole conversation about, are you supposed to be mad at her for coming back or the show? Don't be mad at her. Simone had no... I don't think she called them and was like, I'm threatening you. If you don't put me back on the show, I'm going to do something really bad to you or myself. I feel like the show had this planned before the first, you know, queen walked in the workroom. I think they wanted to get rid of someone who everyone else, the viewers, thought was strong competition, and then bring that person back, i.e. or ergo Simone. And it's not her fault. It's the show's fault for being very crappy with their production tactics and for just trying to be too extra. They want the drama, they want the interesting tidbits, they want the conversation in the fandom, but they're going about it in the worst possible way, in my opinion.
In the great tradition of Paris is Burning, the library is about to open officially. Yeah!
This reading challenge was very interesting. The way it was edited, again, I keep complaining about the editing and the production value of this entire show, but it's very obvious and it's just hitting me in the face every freaking Saturday morning, so I gotta talk about it. I'm sorry. I sound so hoarse. Anyways, I got to hear like 2 reads from each person. Most of them were shite. Art Simone won, I guess. None of them were that amazing to me. I mean, Etcetera was kind of good. I don't even know. I didn't laugh at anything. Let's just say that. I did not laugh. Art Simone won. She got a sewing machine. Good for you. Yeah. This week's challenge is a acting challenge, kind of. They have to market some yeast thingy and do a commercial about it. I don't know how I feel about that, but let's see what they do with it.
When I hear yeast spread, I think of the in-between-me's down there. So my product is called Discharge.
Wow.
Some people are going in the route of, for yeast spread, like a bread type situation, a spread to put on bread. Some are going the route of a feminine hygiene product. I really hope this is not going to be a gross challenge.
Snatch! A glamdiculous new product made from the yeast extracted from real vaginas.
Watching these girls do their yeast spread commercials with Michelle Visage and the iconic Susan, I say iconic because they said it. I'm not from Australia, New Zealand, and all the other countries in that area. I don't know of her. But these were very interesting. I didn't like a lot of them. I think I kind of liked Elektra Shock, and I felt like Maxi Shield was really struggling. But for most of them, their concept and just the whole female genitalia of it all and the fun they're making of it, it made me feel very much like Susan when she was like, no. My humor is just not there yet. My humor is just not there. Maybe if it was a Sunday, I would have been gagging, but it's a Saturday and I'm like, no, I'm not comfortable.
I have in the past, along with a lot of the other queens, done blackface before, which I really regret. I'm disgusted at myself.
I've never looked at something like blackface and even thought that could be like an honest mistake. Casual racism in conversation is very different to painting your face in blackface and performing a number for money.
Well, that was an interesting minute and a half, 2 minutes in the workroom. Finally, we get to hear Scarlet Adams speak about the racism she's been accused of previously to the show. I don't know how long I want to spend on this and talk about it because it could take up the whole entire video. Maybe I need to do another video specifically about this. Let me know if you want that. I'll do it. It was interesting to me that, first of all, it's very obvious that production told Art to ask that question. I've learned that every queen on this season of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under were hand-selected by production, meaning they were not auditioned to be on the show, but production went out and, headhunted these queens. That's what I'm trying to say. And so if you go out and seek these queens on your own, they didn't come to you and you're like, oh, this photo and headshot looks good with the bio, let's see what she's working with. You obviously did research on these people because from the Cherry Pie situation and a bunch of other things that has happened on Drag Race where people warned you guys, please do due diligence to know who you're bringing on the show and giving a platform to before it's too late. I'm pretty sure the production company, RuPaul, and everyone knew about this. 1. 2, they went and got her anyways, and now they're creating this little moment to have her, because all the fans know about it. People have been talking about it since the show, the cast was revealed. So everyone knows about the situation. So they contrived this little moment so that Scarlet could have her little apology on TV and they can be like, okay, well, we addressed it, let's move on from it. And I don't know how I feel about that. I am not pleased with the way they did it. It was like in the workroom, a little, I did some things I didn't like. I performed in blackface, and I'm sorry. I appreciate Etcetera for holding her feet to the fire and saying, okay, casual racism, that's learned behavior, and people might say some really unsavory things in conversation. I mean, we've seen many videos of these types of people online being called out all the time, but like making that choice to paint your face black and go out and perform for money, that was another level, you know? A lot of people, my neighbors could probably be, my bosses in the past could have probably been a little racist or whatever, and have their thoughts and opinions of people that look like me or look like other POCs. However, you know, having those thoughts and casually talking to your own kind about it is one thing, but going out and painting your face to perform is another thing. I just don't like how this was handled. The apology, I know she has apologized in the past, written like on her posts on Facebook or some social media. The wording was kind of off. She was told to take it down. She did. She also mentions a lot about, you know, Aboriginal people and knowing that they live on stolen land and all that type of stuff. But this specific apology on the show, I am not buying it. It doesn't feel very genuine to me. It doesn't feel very, I'm taking, it just feels gross. Why did Drag Race do this? And you're right, etc. You need a freaking we need atonement for your sins. Like, don't just be like, yeah, I did it, I won't do it again. Atone, bitch. I don't love what RuPaul is wearing. It's a perfectly fine outfit, but for a judge of a drag competition show with millions of dollars, sometimes I just feel like RuPaul looks tacky and not modern. And I guess it's true what they say, you cannot teach style or class. Anyways, the theme for this runway is Finest Sheila in the Land. Let's get into this runway. I like Elektra Shock a lot. I keep saying that because it's true. I do like her. However, I will say the painted on hair is very cute. It's nice. I don't like the outfit overall. It's very cheap. I had a hard time saying it. It's very cheap, and it's just a bunch of chiffon put over a corset and a panty. And I could do without the freaking fake bird. I don't need to see that. Leave that at the costume shop. I don't like it, period. Moving on. This is one of her better outfits. I love the construction of the garment. The way that all the butterflies are, you know, placed. It gives the illusion of a smaller waist, which is good. I love do I love the makeup? The green lip is a choice. It wasn't necessary. It really wasn't necessary. I don't love the eye makeup. The hair, I can dig that. Yeah, everything else is really great. Like, I love this look. The colors are beautiful. The construction is beautiful. It's executed well. Good job. I stand this look. Maxi Shield serving picnic at Hanging Rock. Okay. I don't like this outfit. It's very Little Bo Peep. It's not cute. It looks matronly. And why do you have on black shoes? Chop. Don't like it. Moving on. I don't totally hate this fireman's outfit. It fits a little weird in the hip area. It could have been a little bit more tailored, maybe if she used a different fabric. But I'm gonna go ahead and say, while it's a rather basic cut, it's dragged up enough to the point where I'm a little okay with it. It doesn't hurt my eyes. Let's say that. I'm not mad when I look at it. I don't see red. It's alright. I'm leaning more to liking it than hating it. Let's say that. Alright, Karen, work. It's very obvious Simone is doing a bit or a reference to something very Aussie or New Zealandy, and I don't know that reference, sweetheart. You can tell me what the reference is in the comments. It won't make a difference. This opinion is based on if it's cute or not, and it's a little too basic for me, so no, and I don't know why I'm talking like Forrest Gump. I don't like it. This was a beautiful garment, I will say. Even with all the green and the stuff on it, it's supposed to be vegetation, flowers, I don't know. It looked weird. But it was still like very interesting and artsy. And then she revealed into a black dress, which was a very beautiful black dress. And I love the hair and makeup, by the way, just to get that out of the way. However, her explanation, etc., was like, it's beautiful forestry of Australia, then I'm revealing into the burnt trees, because we know Australia had the horrific, forest fires a few years ago, and it was devastating. People had to be sending firefighters from all over the world to go help them. But this did not really give me that. I wish when she took off the big green thing that the burnt tree look was more tree-like. It just felt like a black dress underneath. I didn't really get, this was a tree and it's burnt, and the message wasn't that clear. If she did not explain it, I would have never gotten it. I'd have been like, why this big green thing into this beautiful black dress? What's the correlation? And I don't feel like you should have to explain it to me for me to get it. Just saying. But apart from that, she looks beautiful. All right, this Priscilla Queen of the Desert remake, reinvention, take on it, Scarlet 8. Like, this is really good. You can tell Scarlet is one of those queens that pays a lot of attention to detail with her outfits. And it's really hard to clock her on her garments and her makeup and just the execution. It's really phenomenal. You cannot say it's an ugly look or it's a badly executed look. This was really dope. A lot of the commercials to me, the judges are giving their critiques on the main stage and they're like, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, yada, 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 yada. But when it came to Etcetera and Scarlet, they're like, oh, you crossed the line. I feel like a lot of them crossed the line. Scarlet was a little bit more blunt about scooping it from a female and putting it in a jar. Etcetera was more like, I peed in a cup and you can use it for a bunch of stuff. But everyone was pretty much making reference to taking it from a woman. I didn't like a lot of these jokes about yeast and using females' yeast for different purposes. I just thought it was most of them distasteful. I feel like the jokes that Drag Race promotes, it's so low-hanging, it's so trivial, it's so disrespectful sometimes, and I'm like, are we dealing with grown people here or like 4-year-olds who just heard you say, butt or something and they just start giggling, ha 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 ha, he said butt.
There's something we need to talk about. It's just come to my attention that there are photos of you online performing in blackface, and I want to give you an opportunity to address this.
What did I just watch? RuPaul mentions to Scarlet before asking them to go back to the workroom, Scarlet, I heard that there's images of you performing in blackface, and I want to give you the platform right now to basically address it and apologize. And Scarlet did, and RuPaul's response was, a lot of people would like me to cancel you right now, right here, on the stage, but I won't. I'm giving you the opportunity to apologize, and it's a learning moment, it's a teachable moment, and we all make mistakes. Which is, okay, yeah, we all make mistakes, and everyone deserves a second chance. But the way it was done feels very contrived. What the hell do you mean you just learned, heifer? You didn't just learn nothing. You knew she did this. You guys brought her on this show to create drama, to have a storyline, to have this whole thing where people would talk about it. You guys knew all of the things that these girls have done before they came on the show. It doesn't seem genuine to me. And why is it that Scarlet Adams is being held to the fire? I mean, kind of, sort of, but not really. Why are we talking about what she has done but not addressing what Karen from Finance has done? And I don't want people to tell me, well, Karen has apologized. Scarlett has apologized too online, even though apparently her apology was shite and people didn't really take it. But she has been saying a lot. She's been pro POC queens and Aboriginal queens in her part of the world and using them in a lot of her numbers and trying to atone, I've heard, for a minute. I just don't understand why we're not addressing both queens that you brought on the show that have done racially insensitive things in the past. It's weird. A lot of it is just so freaking weird, and it's really bugging me. I'm being rubbed the wrong way. If I wasn't already halfway deep into reviewing this show, I don't even know if I would continue. It's very interesting that Etcetera held Scarlet Adams more accountable than RuPaul did. It just felt so half-assed and like not genuine, any of it. I don't think Scarlet Adams is a horrible person. I don't know her. She did something disgusting in her past. Has she changed? I have a very different, philosophy when it comes to people changing. I don't really believe in it. But y'all can believe in change. It's fine. I'm just not happy with the way this was handled. I'm very unsatisfied with this whole arc. You did something wrong, racially insensitive, and now you apologize on TV, but just the way it was done and handled, I'm very, very unhappy with it.
Welcome back, ladies. I've made some decisions.
Alright, before the judges even gives us a winner and the bottom two, let me just say, I don't care who goes home. I like Elektra, but anyway the cookie crumbles, these hoes can go. I don't know who I'm rooting for. I don't have a favorite, so I'm real impartial today. Real impartial. Yeah.
Your Priscilla was queen of the runway. You are safe.
I thought the judges said that Scarlett's thing was very lowbrow and very disgusting and not funny. Well, RuPaul said half of it was funny to her. I don't know. How is she safe? I thought the people with the lowbrow advertisements would have probably ended up in the bottom, seeing that you thought it was so over the line, Pick a side, pick a side.
For the first time in Drag Race Down Under history, you are about to be topped.
Congratulations, Elektra Shock. You won a challenge. Your outfit was not my favorite, but your commercial was smart. Congrats.
I'm sorry, my dear, but you are up for elimination. I'm sorry, my dear, but you are up for elimination.
Maxi, I can see it because I hate her outfit, and the commercial was boring, and Etcetera. I don't know. The commercial was fine, I guess. It was still crossing a line, as the judges said, but the outfit was cute. I didn't really see the correlation between. I didn't see exactly what she was going for until she explained it. But her outfit was beautiful. At this point, I don't care. They're both in the bottom. Let's see who's a better lip syncer. I'm pretty sure Maxi Shield is going home today.
Maxi Shield. Shantae, you stay.
Oh, wow. That was a twist. That I didn't see coming. The song, by the way, was interesting. I was paying attention to the lyrics of the song, and I'm like, is this the type of songs y'all have? I don't even know what the song was about. Oh, wow. This lip sync was interesting. Maxi Shield pulled out the microphone, etc., pulled out all the stops. Who do you guys think won that lip sync? I was leaning more towards Etcetera because I was entertained and there was stuff going on. But Maxi kind of held her own. I don't know, man. I don't know. I would have probably given it to Etcetera. Mainly because I've been ready for Maxi to go a few weeks now. I feel like Maxi has been given a lot of chances, you know? Overall, the lip syncs on this season, this franchise, have not been exciting to me. Overall, from the first one until now. I've just not been entertained, you know? But goodbye, etc. I will miss your interesting haircut and hair coloring and your interesting brow. The workroom will feel a little bit different without you in it next week. But I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with me or watching my reaction to it. If you have not seen it, and I cannot believe that people are really kind of boycotting this show. It's so interesting. If you want them to get a second season, you kind of have to watch. But if you don't care, still watch my show. I'll let you know the tea because I'm gonna be watching. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment your favorite parts of my reaction and what you thought of the show. Love you guys so much. Bye. Hey, beautiful humans. I have so much more content. Come on, watch my shit.